Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another video by your girl here, Big Bubbly Beauty. It's great to see you all again. So admittedly today I'm not feeling the best, so I probably won't be on the actual camera that much, but I had some face lasers done, so my face hurts. It's for acne treatments, so that's why it looks like I've got like I slept on my pillow. My pillow is very like burlappy. That's not a pillow, it's the face laser. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys some fun gift ideas for home, and these are the cute, easy, simple gifts that I like to make my friends that you put a lot of thought and intention into, but actually aren't that hard to execute, and they look really good and people generally tend to love them. So I'm going to be doing candles and soaps and show you what I do, kind of like the cheaters method. The easy version of both of those items, and just figured to share in case anybody else wants to try making these for their loved ones for Christmas. Let's go. First off, we'll start with candles. So to start off with, I have my Soy Wax. This is a 10-pound bag that I got. I will try and link everything that I can find in the description box below. And then I have my stickers to stick the wicks on the ends. My wicks right here, just like wax, paper wicks. Some holders to keep it in the middle. Some labels. These containers for candles that I found off of Amazon. Again, I'll try to remember to link them down below, but they're decently deep, have a screw top. And then I have my scents here. This is the majority of them. Again, got the majority off of Amazon. These here are more for the soaps. You need like wax chits to color candles. And then just more, the reason I have this out is there's more scents like up here. Especially this one. I think I'm going to use this one today. I have my big liter measuring cup, and then wooden chopsticks. I know this is a little bit wasteful to use wooden chopsticks, but I find that the scent lingers on them, so I don't really want to use stuff that I'm going to reuse because it's very hard to get the scent oil out, and you want to stir it after you melt the wax, and you want to stir the fragrance in before you pour. So that's why I use disposables. You cannot forget the oven mitt because it's going to be hot. It's going to be really hot, so be careful. If you are a child, please do this with adult supervision, please. Okay, so first step I'd like to do, because I like to have everything ready, is I like to put the wicks with the sticker bases into the candles so that everything is ready to go, and center it before I even start measuring and pouring my wax. So I'll just show you one in terms of how I do it, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So the sticker, you just peel, you try to center it as much as possible in the middle. That kind of failed, but oh well. And then you peel off the top, and then you grab your wick. You just put it, if you did your little sticker off center, you try and center your little wick as much as possible. And try and put that in the middle. Holders, wick holders. I try to center it as well, that way. So it just stays in the middle and stays up and doesn't bend when you pour it. Now there is another way to do this. It's probably the smarter way. Is you can actually start with the wick in one of these stickers here and place the wick in the sticker and peel off the bottom, and then use the wick to help you center a little base. Then I just like to press it in, make sure it's stuck. It helps you get it more center. I just haven't done this in a little while. It's been about a year since I've done them, so I forgot my tricks of the trade. So these are nice because they're magnetic, that's why they stay. Okay, now I did want to preface this by saying that I'm obviously not a professional. This is just my little hacks for doing this, and there are probably ways to do this more efficiently, but this is just the easiest way that I found for me. So if you are a professional and have comments, that'd be great. But at the same time, recognize that I'm just doing this for fun, for nice, intentional homemade gifts for my family. And I mostly buy things off of Amazon because it's really cheap and accessible and easy to get to me. So that's why I do that. Anyways, moving on. Then I like to just line them up on the edge of the counter for when I'm going to actually pour them, just to make life easier on myself later. there they are. So then the next thing I like to do is I like to pick my scents. So a lot of this, as you can tell from just what I've done so far, is a lot of prep work. The actual candle pouring part is really fast, and so I like to make sure that I have everything sorted before I pour. So let's get the scents out, figure out what we want. I think that one of my bases for one of my candles is going to be this Eucalyptus and Mint fragrance. I think I actually got this one at Michael's. I'm going to pick out my scents, and I will be right back. So I actually went a bit basic bitch, and I chose Ylang. Camera's not going to focus up close for some reason. Eucalyptus and Lavender Chamomile for my first set. So for my next set, I wanted to go for like a bakery smell. So I have caramel nut muffin, cinnamon, and chocolate fondue. So the next step is actually pretty easy. I just take a measuring cup and I put the wax chips into the bowl. Make sure it's microwave safe because you're going to be microwaving it, at least for my hack. So I put it in a microwave safe bowl and then we microwave it. So wax into bowl. Ta-da! I try not to overfill it just because it's easier to put more in than to take it out when you microwave it. So let's go put this in the microwave. And then I microwave it in intervals of 30 seconds, and then I stir it in between. That's it. After the first 30 seconds, it's barely melted, so I'm going to do it again. Now, important to remember that as it starts melting, it's going to be very, very, very hot. So be careful when you touch it, okay? So this is about 4 minutes later, and you can see it's completely liquid. This is what I want. And then you can also probably do this in a pot, but you'll have wax in your pot, and I don't like that. So I prefer to microwave it. Let's take it out with the oven mitt. Again, caution, super hot. Now, I don't really have a formula for this. I just kind of put the scents in there until I can smell them, and they smell fragrant and good to me. I tend to start with equal amounts of each, so about like 10 to 15, or as equal as I can get them. And I just stir them. So after I give them a quick stir, I then smell them again and I go back in and I add more if I can't easily smell it when I'm stirring it. And we definitely got more lavender the first time, so I'm just adding the other two. It's definitely getting better. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of lavender, a tiny bit of the Ylang, and a lot more of the eucalyptus because I'm a eucalyptus hoe and I like eucalyptus. I actually do think it needs just a touch more eucalyptus. If at all it starts to solidify as you're stirring, then just re-pop it in the microwave to make sure it's nice and melted because you want it to be a liquid when you pour it. I think that's good. I'm gonna take my oven mitt again. I'm only going to show you the first one because I'm just not super coordinated, but then you just pour. I like to fill it up almost to the inner line. Now you probably could make this much more exact if you actually measured. See, my one candle is a little bit small, but that one I just tend to keep for myself then. It's like my version of this candle. So it doesn't matter to me at the end of the day. Time to wash the pot. So this one I'm being so original for. I'm basically calling it bakery. The other one I called Relax. Yeah, I don't feel like coming up with fun names right now. But let's start off with the Cinnabon. This stuff smells so good. Then caramel nut muffin. And last but not least, chocolate fondue. Let's give that a sniff. I think it needs more Cinnabon and caramel nut muffin. The chocolate fondue I think is fine. And then actually, why don't we add in some good old vanilla? That smells delicious. Oh yeah, that was perfect. Okay, time to pour it like I did the last ones. So they all got quite a bit more even. Last one's almost a full candle. So I did it better this time. I mean, it could be better if you actually, you know, measure, but didn't feel like doing that today. With the scents, honestly, it's up to you how much you want to put in. Just make sure there's fragrances that are safe to burn. But if you like them really strong, make them really strong. If you don't like them really strong, then don't make them really strong. Kind of what I do. As you can see, this one here is starting to solidify. So typically what I wait for is I wait for them to be white on the top before I remove the little stick and I cut the wick. It usually takes about an hour for them to cool off sufficiently before I can cut the wick. So I'm gonna go clean the dishes and we'll be back for the cutting of the wick. as you can see, they've solidified fairly well now. Ignore the crunching, that's my dog finishing his dinner. So I'm just gonna go cut the wicks off and put the labels on. So here's what they look like when they're finished. Little hand labels, and they smell really, really, really good. And that is my tutorial on how I make homemade candles. They make really great gifts. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time, beautiful people. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about what you thought of the tutorial and whether or not you'd want to see more videos of this kind of style in the future. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. And of course, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that is totally fine. I'm not trying to tell you guys to celebrate Christmas. I'm just saying that this is kind of the most commercial holiday around me right now. And so this is my Christmas gifts to my friends. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!